Not meat, salt, water. Meat, fat, salt and water.
Eat your meat, eat your fat, drink your water.
I'm going to show you partially what I do with suet. So beef fat is found under the skin, and it's the more delicious, I believe it's called carnivore crack. This is what you end up with. This is suet. This is suet. Doesn't look like much, but this is gold. This is what it looks like when it's rendered down. And sometimes I form it into slabs. Like that. It makes a beautiful present. There's some Himalayan crystal salt just embedded in the top for a little touch. I cut this up and use some of it in chunks, and then the rest I render, which I can't do right now because I have a bone broth cooking in the slow cooker. But for now, I'm going to find as many chunks in this as I can and show you how I preserve them so that I've got fat on hand whenever I need it. Let's go. So let's open this up and we'll see how many good pieces are in this. Right, so this is what I look for. This is what I look for. These big chunky pieces. So I'm just cutting up a few of the chunky pieces. This will go into the rendering pot. So I just have to dig through it. I'm not saying it's pleasant, but the results certainly are pleasant. It's certainly wonderful. You'll see when I'm finished it. So just pull off those little white bits and cut that up. Woo! We're getting a lot. All right, I'm happy. This is gold. Don't ask me about cholesterol. I'm going to do an episode on cholesterol. All I can tell you is that my brain is made of this, and the more of this I eat, the better I feel. I am an experiment of one. You are an experiment of one. Experiment with what works for you. I'm only showing you what works for me. This is everything that's left, and this will go into the rendering pot when my broth is out. Whoop, let's move you. We're just going to put this on, and I'm just going to take half of this, put it in here. In fact, I can put everything in. Put it all in there, and I'm not frying them. I'm just going to make them nice and golden around the sides because that seals the fat. If I leave the raw fat in my fridge for more than a couple of days, you can smell that it starts to go off. But when I seal it, it feels like I could leave it in there for months. Probably couldn't, but okay. And let's put just a little bit of salt. It's not necessary. It's just, Lion diet cooking is so simple. Sometimes you just want to add a bit of salt even if it's not needed. Oop, where are we? And that's all I'm going to do. Just going to turn it a little bit. So you can see how it just golds up a little bit. That's it. I'm not going to need much more than that. Just make sure that every side is nice and golden. Living my life like it's golden. I wouldn't even have a life if it were not for the lion diet. I wouldn't even have a life. Boop. Right. And now we can just take this and throw it in a bowl. Let's get a bowl. And then I'm just going to scoop it out like that so that it doesn't have too much rendered oil around it. so that these are just nice fatty bits. And there we go. That's going to go into my fridge, and then whenever I need it, I can just pop a piece or two off. Woo! And the sun is coming back out, and I just want to say that this is not about weight loss, and it's not about health gain. This is about improving your entire life. The carnivore way of eating has changed my life, and part of that has been fat. When I started to add more fat, that was when the healing really started to accelerate. So eat your meat, eat your fat, drink your water, follow for more.